It's game time, so get your strap and strapped. The magic sponge doused and the oranges cut, chilled and quartered as we take the field for WCBH Darwin Sports Radio. WCBH Darwin Sports Radio.
I'm with Marcus Ashcroft, CEO of Touch Football Australia, who's in town for the NT titles. Marcus, thanks for joining us on WCBH and welcome to the top end.
G'day, Cam. Yeah, thank you for having me. I really enjoy my time up here, and as usual, the weather's spot on. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, you've picked a good time of year to come. Is it the first time you've been up here in your role as CEO of Touch Football Australia?
No, I've been here. This is my third time now. I've been in the role now for 12 months, and I've managed to get up here 3 times. I really enjoy getting up to Darwin, Alice, and the NT. So I'm glad I could be around for their NT state titles on the weekend.
Yeah, that's so good. Many people would recognise your name from your achievements in AFL, 300-plus game player, premiership winner with the Brisbane Lions. Can you talk about your journey into touch football?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one that I was really excited about at the beginning. So 12 months, as I said, I've been in the role. Was approached by the chairman, Christian Frost, over a year ago now to go through a process to be part of the team. And the more and more I was involved in the process, the more I was attracted to it, with such great opportunities available to touch footy right around the country. A great group of people at board level, staff, volunteers. There are such just great communities across the whole country. So the more I got involved in that process, the more I wanted to be involved in the game. And looking back after 12 months, I couldn't be happier.
Being a former Lions player, are you a Queenslander? Have you grown up playing touch footy at school lunches and in the backyard? Is it part of your bread and butter?
Yeah, I have. I was raised on the Gold Coast in southeast
Nice.
Queensland, and went to back then, probably not going to show my age, but back in those days, it was only rugby league and rugby union. So I went through the pathway of playing league, played some touch at school. My kids went to a rugby union school and played union, played touch, and my wife was a representative touch player. So touch has been part of our life, even though AFL was the majority of it. But yeah, we know the game really well and really love it.
Touch football is huge in some schools. I think it was 2016. I coached a team and we went away. It was at Kawana. I think it was the national championships, national schoolboy championships, and just how impressive it was. The schools that actually have touch football academies based at the school, they were amazing footballers.
Yeah, and this is such a great game. Even as an entry sport for young kids, I think it's safe. Parents these days like the non-contact option. We're very inclusive. 8% of it, the people that play our game, are Indigenous Torres Strait Islander. So we have a wide and broad spectrum of player, and that's not to mention referees, coaches, volunteers. Across the country, there's over 700, 800,000 that are involved in the game, and especially up in the Northern Territory, we just think it's a great option for young people to get involved in, to be active, to be healthy, and also for the parents to know that it's a safe environment.
You're right. It is such an inclusive game, and it really is a game for everyone. Like, I know when I stopped playing league, I kept playing touch football a couple of nights a week. You go from your social level through to your elite level, representative level, men's, women's, mixed, juniors, seniors, overage players. Like, really, there's a type of game for everyone in the touch football world.
100%. And when we know that the skills are really transferable. So if young kids want to enter, play touch, and then go off and play AFL or NRL, whatever it is to be, we always find that they always come back, because we have people playing the game that are in their 60s and 70s. So the age demographic ranges from 6 to 70, 80 years of age, and it just provides those transferable skills for those that want to go and play different sports and also come back to it later in life.
Let's talk the NT titles. How many teams are there? What's the shape and the structure of the competition?
Yeah, so we've grown this year. We've got 22 teams involved. When you add up participants, referees, coaches and volunteers, there's over 400 people involved, which is a great number. Tyson, the state manager's done a great job with his team, Kieran and Michael, and putting on a great event where all those people get to be involved in it. But at the same time, We've got teams that are coming from as far and wide as Gove and Kununurra in WA, Catherine. So it's not just Darwin-related teams, but teams from across the state and also interstate.
And that's obviously a good sign for the game, because if teams are coming in from Gove and Catherine and Kununurra, et cetera, obviously there's a local competition there feeding the players into those teams.
Absolutely, and then we're all about growth. Having these events with the teams coming from far and wide is a great story to tell, and we're all about ensuring we give as many people that want to be involved in their game the chance to access these sort of events. So to have them coming from as far as that, it talks in volumes to how our team's been able to get the teams to come here and be involved and have a great experience.
Let's talk about the strategic plan. I think it's called The Next Play. Like, there's a number of
Yeah.
activities taking place while you're up in Darwin, not just the NT titles, but coaching clinics and other things to assist the growth of the game.
Yeah, so we went on a 6 to 9 month journey to develop, with the consultation of our community, a 7-year strategic plan, which we review yearly. And we're really proud of what we put together. It's very strategic in ensuring that we grow the game ultimately, but it's also divided into 4 pillars, which are key in ensuring the game is nurtured. We showcase our talent pathways, but we also look after those that are, really critical to being part of our game, and that's our participants, volunteers, coaches, and referees. So it's part of what we're doing this weekend. As you said, we've invited up Phil Guymore, who is our men's opens coach of the Emus. He's come up to do some coaching courses and other things. He did one on Thursday night. We'll be involved Friday, Saturday. We've also got a community call on Friday to invite all of the local clubs and affiliates to come in and hear what's going on at Touch Football Australia. And we're all about just being available and accessible, so those in the community can ask questions. We're not here to lecture or talk to. We're here to get as much information as we can to make sure we can improve the game so it can be attractive to many more people.
And you've spoken there about some of the things that are happening at the grassroots level. What about at the other end of the spectrum, the elite level, the international level? How's the game progressing there?
Yeah, we had Asia Pacific champs last week in Mudgee, where Australia retained the Trans-Tasman Trophy, which is a competition between Australia and New Zealand, obviously the 2 leading nations in the world. So Australia have retained that. We have a duty as a nation to ensure that the growth of the game internationally is developing and growing. So we lend resources internationally for that. Also, from a national point of view, we had our NTLs back in March at Coffs Harbour, and we're looking at evolving that next year to be at the same time, but more of an elite pathway. So inviting all the very best regions around the country to be part of that, and we want to get players from the Northern Territory area to be involved in teams at that event too. So we'll be working really hard on the talent pathways between now and next year through our state manager Tyson and his team to ensure we get some players from here, which we know are up to the level, a chance to expose themselves at a national level.
Yeah, there's some pretty dominant clubs running around in the NT competition: Turf, Inferno, Crocs. We've got some very long-term clubs based in touch football and bringing on their players. With the international game, is it bigger than Australia and New Zealand? Like, does it sort of parallel the rugby league playing countries?
Yeah, it does, and it's really grown. The Federation of International Touch have really grown the international teams over the last year. We've got close to 50 that play the game, which is a great number. We obviously still have aspirations to make an Olympics. 2032 is probably not going to be the year for us, but we're also considering years beyond that to be part of it. So, from an international standpoint, we're not giving up hope for that to happen and occur, but we're also ensuring that we can help grow the game by sending coaches and referees internationally to grow the game in Southeast Asian countries, the Pacific Island countries. As I said, we've got 50 international teams that now play at that level, and that will continue to grow over the next few years.
It'd be amazing if it did end up Brisbane 2032, but I sort of take what you said there. Look, I love watching touch football on television when I can pick up a game. Just there's such a difference between backyard footy, which a lot of people
Mm.
have grown up, and then what the elite touch football looks like. Think it's really made for broadcast. Like if we could get that
Yeah.
into the Olympics, the distance that the players can pass, the speed, the diving, the plays, the fitness level of it, we're talking elite athletes here, aren't we?
Oh, no doubt. And as we said, we spoke about the transferable skills, but you have to be quick and you have to be agile and you have to have a really good endurance base. If we look at AFL and NRL players playing at the professional level, the Bronco test, which everyone's familiar with, that happens at AFL and NRL level. We got players that in the top echelon in an elite sport like NRL and the AFL. So we know our athletes are as good as any in professional spaces. And you're right, watching it on TV or on broadcast, it really is a great spectacle. And we're really happy that on Sunday, when the finals happening from 2:30 p.m, it's going to be broadcast live on Bar TV. So a great opportunity for anyone that's not going to be at the venue to be able to jump onto Bar TV and watch the finals on the last day on Sunday.
Yeah, how good is that? Well, let's run through the details because it does start this evening, doesn't it? First game to tap off at 5:20.
5:20, yeah, through to probably 10 o'clock tonight, which is a good start. We've got a full day of games tomorrow, starting in the early afternoon. And we've got under 14s, under 18s, men's and women's opens, and also seniors mix, which is those aged between 30 and 50. So 22 teams, a lot of touch over the first 2 days, which are 6 round games. And then all the games on Sunday, which are broadcast live on Bar TV, will all be finals games. So some great touch footage to come and watch live. And if not, watch it on Bar TV.
Yeah, fantastic. We've been talking with Marcus Ashcroft, CEO of Touch Football Australia, here in the Territory for the NT title. So get on down to TRL Stadium Friday, Saturday and Sunday for the NT titles, or pick it up on the live stream. Marcus, thanks so much for joining us on WCBH.
Thank you, Cam. Thanks for having me, mate.
You're very welcome.
It's game time, so get your strapped. The magic sponge doused and the oranges cut, chilled and quartered as we take the field for WCBH Darwin Sports Radio. WCBH Darwin Sports Radio.